Welcome to Selenium WebDriver Framework with Java training session 18. So in the last session I already covered all the basics functionality for TestNG, and also I have started how to create new Maven project, how to install Maven, and what is all about Maven. So today I will try to cover the remaining portion, how we can run Maven commands through the command prompt, what is repository and repository manager in Maven, how we can implement headless browser testing with the help of Maven, how profiles can control Maven build execution, what is the importance of snapshot in Maven. So again, still I will create a new phase Maven project and I will let you know once again what is Maven all about. So in the last session I already covered, right, what is Maven. Still I am just repeating once more time. So Maven is a build management tool. So what does it build means by build, right? Whenever you are creating a project, first if you want to run it in a single time, there can be some fallacy, it can come, right? So that is the reason we should go step by step. So if I talk about build, so it will be first we need to clean the project, means whatever run already there, we will be cleaning everything. Then we will be building it, the workspace of the project, to validate any kind of compilation error or not. Then we will test the project. One test is successful, we will package the project so that that package, it can be jar file, war file, it can be implemented to any environment. So that is the way, right, it's used to work. Okay. So in the Maven there is a pom.xml files from where we can do all the dependency management, all the plugins, we can add all this stuff. So in the normal Java project you already see, in case we are creating any Java project, right, we need to add all the jar file, right, external way. We need to add the jar file through external add library, like that. We need to add the TestNG, whatever, JUnit, everything we need to add it manually. But the problem is that in case sometimes, suppose you already uploaded or downloaded and added suppose 3.6 version, Selenium version 3.6, 3.7, 3.12, like that. But later point of time it has been converted to 4.1. So whenever you are running your project, it will not be run because of some jar file has been changed. So what you need to do, you need to remove those files and you need to add them again in your project. But in Maven, we will not add or remove anything. Instead of that, we will add all the dependency where we will be having all the versions, all the names, and automatically it will try to create the repository and it will store in that Maven folder. So that's why Maven work. So in case you just need to update it, just you will only update the version number in the pom.xml file, so automatically it will update it, right? So how we can create a Maven project? So in case you are using Eclipse which is above Lunar or the upper version, automatically Maven will be there in the project. Otherwise click on the help and click on the Eclipse marketplace, right? So I mean you can search here Maven and you can just search and you can install it. In case already installed, you can find it from the install section. Maven is already installed in my system, so I am not installing it anymore. So how can you get to know whether the Maven is installed or not in your system or not? So you just need to click on the file, then you can click on the new, right, and if you want to create a Java project, so you will find the Java project options. But if you do not want to create a Maven and want to see whether Maven has been installed, click on the others. And here if you try here a Maven, you can see that Maven is there, right? So that means Maven is already installed in my Eclipse and I can create a Maven project. So click on the Maven project. So this is a 3-step process. First we need to install Maven, right? And we can create a project. Once the project is created, so by default, right, dependency, if add dependency, we can POM file will be generated and you can add the dependency, and after that you can install, you can execute it, right? So in case you did not already Maven installed, just go through the steps, go to the Eclipse marketplace, search with Mavens and then install it and then accept the agreement, and you can restart Maven, restart Eclipse. So I am just clicking on the Maven project, clicking on the next. Here I can create a simple project. Here you can give the work ID or artifact ID. Otherwise, you can go to the files, new and other, Maven project, click on the next, click on the next here, okay, and here from here you can select by default that group ID. So this is two different ways for creating the project. You can also try with that. Maven Archetype version 1.0, you can take it and you can click on the next. So here you can give group ID and artifact ID. So by default version will be snapshot. So in the last topics I will cover what is snapshot all about, okay, and here you can give suppose group ID, suppose Maven training project, online Maven project. Okay, this is the group ID, one is the group ID and one is the artifact ID. You can see immediately package is getting created here, right, which is nothing but the group ID dot the artifact ID. You can see immediately. If you change it to 1, right, automatically it will change. Just press tab, you can see it is getting changed, right. So by default that way package will be created, which is nothing but the group ID dot the artifact ID, and one you need to click on the finish. Immediately you can see here the project will be displayed here, right. Whatever project we have created Maven, online Maven project, right, group ID and artifact ID, right, and if you go to that folder, here by default that resource is created, but you can create some package. Okay, here some problem I am seeing. SRC also here is a, okay, some sub package has been created. I can remove the project, I can create one new thing. Let's try to remove it. Otherwise you can create with the selecting the options. There is no much difference, just you need to create a Maven project only. So if you want to create a framework, so definitely you have to select that options, create a simple project, so that it will create 4 different packages. So once you select it, you can see here, let's give the artifact ID Maven training online project, Maven project, okay, and you can click on the finish. Okay, already exists in the destination folder, Maven project training 1. Okay, so because that project was already there, Maven project, that is the reason it was not allowed. Okay, so I have created a Maven project 1. You can see 4 different folder has been created. So whenever I was talk about the framework, I will let you know what is the importance of it in every folder, because source main Java we can create all our base classes. In the test Java we can create the all the classes for the page object model, right, for the each and every, in that here we will be creating the base classes and the page classes, and here we will be creating the test cases. And the resource we can create all the resources either in the test resource folder or the main resource folder. And by default you can see pom.xml file is getting generated here, right. So what does it mean by the, what is the importance from the pom.xml file? So if you go to the pom.xml file, you can see here, so by default some of the group ID, right, artifact ID, you can see whatever you have given, right. Maven training 1 is the group ID, Maven project 1 is the artifact ID you have given, and the snapshot version is by default it is coming 0.0.1 snapshot, and this is the project it is taking. So if you go to the target folder, nothing is there, source folder nothing is there, and in the JRE only one Java library file has been added. That means all the resources, all the classes or interface for Java is already added by the default, because whenever you are creating a right Maven project, so by default Java thing will be there, right? Then you need to add all the dependency first. Suppose if you want to create a suppose some project, right, for running the opening the Facebook, right? So what is required? And if you also want to create a TestNG class, so TestNG is required, and also Selenium Java is required. So you need to add all the dependency, right? So once it is done, you can need to add all the dependency. So that is the path where you can go, mavenrepository.com. Okay, and here you can add the dependency as Selenium Java. You can search, and you can click on the search. Okay, click on the Selenium Java. So you can find all the version 3 or 4, but you can, because this is alpha or beta version, this is not stable one, so I can go with the whatever is stable, right? So maybe I can go with 3.14.59. If you click here, you can find all the dependency will be there, right? So before adding dependency, you need to add the dependencies tag here, right? Before the project, you need to add the dependencies tag. Okay. After that, within the dependencies tag, you can add all the dependency. Okay. So let's add the dependency. Just copy and just paste it here. So this is the first dependency you are creating here, which is Selenium Java. And another one, if you want to create a Maven project, you need to create a TestNG project. You need to TestNG class. You need to also add the TestNG dependency, right? So you can add the TestNG dependency. Just enter TestNG dependency and click on the search. Similarly, you can find a folder for TestNG, and you can get all the stable version. So I will go for stable version, maybe that one, 6.14.3. So I just will copy paste that part. Okay, in the under the dependency stack. So this is the two dependency added. After that, if you press Ctrl S, so what happens? One second. Okay, it's fine. After you press Ctrl S, what happens? It will add all the relevant jar file based on the version you have given, right, in that repository. Okay, and it will first try to get from the from the internet, right, which is the central repository, and it will store in the local repository. So next time, if the internet is not available, it will try to first check whether that particular thing is available in the local or not. In case it is able to find it, it will automatically update. It will not take from the internet. So it will add the jar files. Now you can see there is a folder created here in the project, Maven dependency, right? So whatever dependency you will be adding, those will be added here automatically. So you no need to download it from the internet, jar file, and no need to add them here, right? You can see Selenium, all the relevant dependency, TestNG also added, right? So now you can easily create a TestNG class because the TestNG dependency has been added in the project, right? So suppose say now in the src test Java folder, I want to create a TestNG class. So I will go with the others, and I will see whether TestNG is available or not for that project, because it will be based on the project. Maven is at your Eclipse level, but TestNG is your project level, right? So it is installed, and you can find TestNG in that particular project, right? So 1 second. TestNG class. Okay, here you can give the source folder, you can browse it, right? What is Maven project, src test. So that is the thing, you can select it. Package name, you can give any package name here, because this is the folder. So suppose package is online training, and class name you can give as Maven training class 1. Okay, I am giving it and I am adding finish. Okay, so you can see by default one class is generated, right? Now say in that particular class I want to add, so that I want to open the Facebook page. Just I am copy pasting that code, so I am not writing anything, and here I can change the function's name, right? Open Facebook page. So that is the functions or method name. Setting the properties for the Chrome drivers, opening the Chrome browsers, maximizing it, passing the URL for Facebook. Just I am typing that Facebook opened successfully, and I am also getting the titles and also quitting the driver. Now if you want to run it from here, right, so you can run it Maven test ng test. So try to run it from here and let's see how it is behaving. Cannot find in the class path Maven training class 1. Class name, okay, that is created in different way, right? You can see the package name. Package is online Maven training, but here it is not the same. Let's close it because it is a different way created. Try to create a new class once again. TestNG class. Let's try to give the correct source folder is Maven training project 1. Okay, I have created here only. That is the reason it is not there, right? I have to create here. Okay, so that is the reason it's created problem. Maven project package name I can give any package name. Is training one. Let's try to see whether it's generated or not. Okay, let's refresh it. It is created a folder, not the one. Let's try to create another first package here. Instead of that, let's close it. Let's remove it. I need to create a package first, otherwise it is creating problem here. Let's create a package here. This is the folder I have created. Create a package. Okay, in the package let's try to create a class, so it will work. Create a TestNG class. Okay, now copy paste the line of code here. Change the method, import the WebDriver, import the Chrome drivers, So now I am trying to launch the Facebook page. I want to get the titles, right? So let's try to run it from here. So it will definitely run it. It will open the Facebook page. It will load the page. It will close it, and you can see the output is coming, right? Facebook titles. Now this is the TestNG class I have created, right? But no TestNG XML file is there, right? So I can convert the project to a TestNG project. Just right click on the project TestNG, convert to TestNG. So automatically you can see by default, right? The thing is that particular class is taking, because that is the only class I have created here. So suit name I can give as Maven project. Okay. Class name I can give it Maven test. Okay. So that is the by default package name dot class name. Maven project 1 is the package name and class name is the Maven training class 1. Click on the finish. So if you expand it, you can see the class generated. So by default TestNG classes is there, right? So if you want to run it from the TestNG class here, so definitely it will be run as TestNG suite now instead of TestNG class. TestNG test, right? So that is the basic difference you already seen. You can convert any kind of Java project to any TestNG project. So it will also still run, and it will give you the Facebook titles, and it will open the browser, it will launch the Facebook page, it will provide you the titles, and it will quit the browser. So same way it will work. Okay. Now if you want to run it with the help of pom.xml files, so what will happen? If you open the pom.xml file, so that is the pom.xml file, right? So from here also there is a provisions, because the main objective of the Maven is a build tool, build management tool. We can validate the build, right? So we can clean the project, we can compile, we can test, and we can package it, right? So now if you want to run here, so run as, if you want right click here, run as, you will find several options, Maven clean, build, right? Maven install, Maven test. So you can run directly, go to the Maven run. So definitely it will not run successfully, it will fail, because you need to add the SureFire plugin to run it successfully. So I did not added it as of now, right? So you need to add those plugins. So let's run and let's see if it is compiling. First, if you run directly the test, Maven test, it will compile it, right? And then it will build the build it, then it will test, try to test. Build means compile. First it will clean the project, and it will compile it, and then it will try to test it. Once this is done, it will try to package it. If you run its package, you can see some problem is there, right? It is build failure. Okay, you go here, you can find some failure message. This is the kind of fail to execute goal. Okay, you can see that is the Maven compiler plugin is not available. So you need to download the SureFire plugin. Okay, so that it will be successful. So here if you go here, and if you type here Maven SureFire plugin, you can get it here from also. You can see Maven SureFire plugin. So you can get it, right? And you can also, whatever plugin you want to install, you can get it, right? So I can go maybe for any of the versions, okay? Whatever is used mostly by the user. So that is the plugin. So that is the dependency, you can add it. But those dependency I will not add it. Instead of that, I will add some Maven SureFire plugin, okay? Which I already know, because otherwise it will not work sometimes. So how can you get it? So I already added here, okay? So you need to add that particular SureFire plugin. That is the plugin you need to add it. So those plugins, SureFire plugin and Maven compiler plugin, you can directly add it so that it will work successfully. So you need to copy paste that line of code, and before the project, after the dependency, so you can add it. Two plugin you can add so that it will never fail. Why I am adding two plugins? So I am telling you know one by one. first you need to go with the build tags, plugin management, plugins, where you can add multiple plugin, right? This is the one plugin and another plugin I am adding. So this is the first is Maven SureFire plugin you are adding, and here you are just giving the path of the TestNG XML file, because this is the TestNG project. So that's why you can give the path of the TestNG project, right? And another one plugin I am adding it, which is Maven compiler plugin, which is required if you want to run it through command prompt. So that plugin is also required, otherwise it will not run. That plugin is not required if you want to run it from the Maven project, right? It is not required. If you want to run from the permanent, it is still not required, it will still work. But if you want to run from the command prompt, that is required. So but anyway, I am just adding those plugin, both the plugin. Okay, you can see this is the plugins and both are plugin. So under the dependencies tag you can add multiple dependencies. Similarly under the plugins tag you can add multiple plugins. So this is the two important plugin you need to remember it. One is the SureFire plugin, where you can add the configuration of the TestNG XML file also. Okay, and another one is the compiler plugin, which is required if you want to run from the command prompt. So those plugin I am added before the project, after the dependencies tag. Okay, now let's save it. So it will try to save the workspace. Once it is 100% done, now try to run it. Let's clear it. Run as Maven test. And you can directly right click here the pom.xml file, and you can also run as Maven test. So Maven test, if you run it, so it will definitely first clean the Maven project, compile the Maven project, and then it will run it, but it will not package, right? So this is some important thing is not available if you want to run from the pom.xml file. That is the reason it is required to run from the command prompt, so that you can package it also. Once the packaging is done, it will be converted some jar file or word file, and you can deploy it in the environment. You can see now it is working, right? So it is opening the Facebook page. Just I am running it from the pom.xml files. You can see this result is there, right? So if you copy paste the result in some of the notepad, you can see the details, right? So first is scanning for the project, then is building some snapshot, right? 0.0.1 snapshot. Then it is compiling the project. Once the compilation is only successful, then it will go for the, during compilation is checking the SureFire plugin, all these plugin, right? You can see here it is going for the test, otherwise it will give the result, a failure result, right? So it is running the test suite. You can see the same way it is running. It is trying to establish the connection for the Chrome's, right? It is launching the Chrome's drivers. After that it is trying to launch the Facebook page, right? After you can see that output Facebook title. So it is coming. Total run is 1, because I already had the TestNG. So it is based on the TestNG, it is coming also. Failure 0, build success. Total time taken is coming also. So that's why you can just create a Maven project, add some package, add some classes. After that you can convert it to the TestNG project, right? And then automatically TestNG XML file will be coming, and in the maven.form.xml files you can add both the plugin, one is SureFire plugin, one is compiler plugin. Then you can also provide the path of the TestNG XML files where you want to add all the classes, right? Okay. Now here let's try to create one more class, TestNG class. Package, not the class I want to add, TestNG class. Training class 2. I want to add two class, okay, another class. So here just I want to copy paste it. So I will be taking after the test. So here I want to open the Google page. Instead of Facebook page, I want to open the Google page. So same thing it will work. So I can change it to Google page opens, and here I will be changing it to Google. Instead of Facebook, I am changing it to URL to Google. Okay. Now I can also add it in the TestNG XML file, this class also, right? Training class. How can I add it? So you already know, if you want to add multiple class, so it will be under the classes tag in the test.ng XML files. Just I am adding the class 2 because it is under the same project, same package, right? Now if you save the project, so now in the test.ng XML file I have added both the project, and now if you want to run it from the POM XML files, or here select the POM XML file, right click, run as Maven test. So both the classes will be run. So it will first launch the Facebook page and then it will go for the Google page because it will go for the alphabetical order based on the methods, right? So both my class I can run simultaneously with the help of pom.xml files, because whatever you can see here 2 source file it is finding, right? So that's why it also you can also get to know, that how many classes will be running, right? So it is successful because that is the reason it is going for the test. Now it is trying to run the test one by one. So it will launch the Chrome browsers, it will open the Facebook page, it will run one class, it will quit the browser, then it will go for the other class. You can see one class already run, it will go for the other class, where it will open the Google page and it will quit the browsers, it will print you the Google titles, right? So both my classes it's working fine. Even you can add multiple classes in multiple packages as well, it does not matter. So here the thing is that you need to give the package name dot the class name if you want to run it in the test.ng XML file. Okay. Now also you can create multiple test.ng XML file also. Just copy paste. Okay, just paste. You can create multiple test.ng. So I'll be creating test.ng 2 XML file. So in the test.ng XML file, I want to run both the project, right? But where in the test.ng 2 XML file, I want to run only for the Google project, only Google class, which is the Maven test class 2. So I am saving it test.ng 2 XML file. Now if you want to run only test.ng Maven training class 2 based on the test.ng 2.xml, so you can update here instead of test.ng 2.xml. So it will run based on that setting, based on the test.ng 2 XML setting, where only it will run Maven class 2, which will open the Google page, not the Facebook page. Let's run it Maven project from here. Let's see how it is working. Run as Maven test. So that's why you can create multiple test.ng files, right? And based on the requirement, you can update the pom.xml file with the relevant path. So that's why you can go as per the requirement. So I will show you how the profiling concept will come. Okay, so that you can understand what is the real importance of Maven. It is not only for that, right? Clean, compiles, test and packaging. Also it has a lot of advantages. You can see now that it's one is run in Google successfully, right? Because it's run the Google project, because in the test.ng XML2 files I have given the Maven training class 2, which is nothing but just trying to launch the Google page, and here I have updated .2 test.ng 2 XML files. So that's why you can create, right, multiple packages, multiple classes, and you can update your pom.xml file, test.ng XML files, and based on the test.ng XML file you can update your pom.xml file, right? So that is covered yesterday. Still I want to reiterate few of the important topics. Now I will go for that today's agenda. Okay, so how we can run Maven project through command prompt, and what is required, because through whenever we are running from the command prompt, also a lot of advantages is there, and one important aspect is that in case your maybe your Eclipse is not working, or Maven project is not working, so there is no, if you know the path of the project, you can run it without opening the Eclipse also. That is the major advantage of running anything for the command prompt, right? So anyone can run. If you just import your project to the Git, so you will just know the path of the Git, right? So there is no requirement or other thing. So based on the path you can run from your command prompt, right? So that is the major advantage for running anything with the command prompt, any project. It's Maven project, test.ng project, like that. So you need to go to that particular path, Maven Apache org.download.cgr. First thing, you need to go to that path. Once you go to the path, you can find lot of things. You need to install it. Just you need to install Apache Maven bin.zip, that particular folder. Okay. You need to that one zip file or tar.zip file. You can update, install it. So once you install, it will be, and zip folder you need to unzip it and you need to save it. So I have saved in my desktop. Okay, Apache Maven 3.6.3, that version. So you need to do this particular first thing is that. After that, once it is done, right, you need to go to the environment variable path and you need to set the first the Java and then the Apache Maven path. So how can you go? So just right click on the your my computer or this PC, go to the properties, right click on the my computer, go to the properties. Here options, advanced setting option is there, right, and you need to go to the environment variables. You need to set the Java home, because in my home, right, 10 version is there. So if you go to the my computer here and if you go to my C drive, so it is Java is already there. So I have just given the path here, C drive, program files and Java, right. There is a folder called Java. So there is a full path called 10.1 JDK, right. So that is the path I have given here. Okay, JDK, and here I have given the path for Maven home. I have created a variables. How can you create a variable? New variables. You can create the variable name Maven underscore home, Java underscore home. You can give the variable value here. So whatever value I have given, right? C user, my name, desktop. So that is the folder path I have given. Okay. Once these two folder is created, sorry, two variable is created. One is Java home, one is Maven home. Maven home. You need to go to the path variable in the system variables. You need to click on the edit, and you need to add these two also till the bin folder, right. So for the Java, till that JDK, there is a bin folder. So I need to give that path till the bin folder in the path for Java. You need to click here and you can add it here, right. Okay. Similarly, also for the Maven one, also you can need to give it environment variables. So let's yes, you can see that is already given in the bin folder, right. So here if you open that one, there is a bin folder will be there, bin. So you need to give that path. So in the path variable you need to give to the bin folder for both the Mavens and both your Java. So that is the settings you need to do. After that you need to click on OK. Okay. So in the environment variable you need to add Java underscore home and Maven underscore home, and in the path variable you need to provide till the bin path. So once this is done, right, you need to add that particular compilers, Maven compiler plugin. So I already added it, right, in the pom.xml files. Now my project I can able to run it, right, from the command prompt. So I already added Surefire plugin, I already added the Maven compiler plugin. Okay, now let's save it. Okay, now just open the command prompt. How we can run it? So these are the important commands available. We need to go to the command prompt, press Windows R here and type CMD. Just enter. You can go to the command prompt, right? So once the command prompt you need to go to that path where the project is located. How can you get to know the path? Suppose this is the project, right? I have created. Right click here, click on the properties, and this is the path you can go. Workspace Maven project 1. So go through that path. How can I go? Just press CD and then enter the path. So you will go to that path. You can see now it is Maven project 1. So this is the important command available, right, for the Maven. First you can check the Maven version, whatever is installed in your systems, right. Then you can clean the project, right. This Maven command cleans the Maven project by deleting the target directory. So it will clean whatever target directory is available in your project in the target directory. You can see the target directory, right. There is a target directory. Okay. So now you can find something. But if you clean it here, everything will be deleted. It will edit. Maven compile. It's used to compile the source code. Java, in case any error is there, it will compile and let you know. After that, you can go for the Maven test. This command is used to run the test case of the project using Maven Surefire plugin. Then Maven package. This command builds the Maven project and package them into a jar or WAR file which can be deployed to the environment and in production environment. Maven help in case any kind of error is coming, and in that step if you press Maven help, it will help you to get to know the exact problems area, right. So first I will go for the Maven version, MVN hyphen version, similar with Java version. So you can get to know the details version, right. You can see this is the Apache Maven version, this is the Maven home page, right. This is the Java version, this is the Java home page. You can get whatever is set based on the directory, right. Okay, and this is the thing is there. Now if you type MVN help, so in case any problem is there for a particular thing, you can get type help. So now nothing is there, maybe that is the reason nothing is coming. Okay, now you can clean your project. So initially you can see in the target folder something is there, right. Now let's clean it. So it's still in the project. Okay, now it is coming. So for help, right, you can, if you try Maven help, so it will let you know in case of any problem is there. Now let's clean it. MVN clean. So it will clean the target directory, right. So let's try to run it and let's see whether it's getting impacted or not. So you need to go to that project path, right. So you can see that deleting, right, that target, that is the outcome here. It is cleaning. So if you refresh the project, let's refresh the project once more time and let's see. You can see the target directory, nothing is available, only target folder is available. So whatever is there, it is deleted. So it is cleaning all the run history. Okay. Now after clean, what you will run? You will go for compiles, right, to check any kind of error is there or not. Maven compile. So it will run. It will try to compile the code. Okay, it is compilation. If any kind of there error is there, it will trigger it. It will let you know. And here you can get for the help. Okay, you can see build success, nothing to compile, all classes are up to date, right. Now you need to test your project, right. So Maven test. So it will execute your test case based on the settings in the testng 2.xml files, and because that is the location I have given in my pom.xml file. So it will try to run it. So it will run the Google or Maven training class 2, right. So it will open the Chrome browsers. You can see it is starting with test. It is, everything is checked, so it is fine. Now it will go open the Chrome browsers. It will launch the Google page, right, based on the class 2 whatever we have added. Okay, and it will give you the result here. You can see. Okay, you are getting the result here. Google page opened successfully, and that is the title of the page. Run 1, failure 0, green color, build success. So Maven project runs successfully, right. Now the last one, if I want to package it, so it is run, but I want it to be in kind of importable jar or WAR file, so that I will be deploying the same thing in the environment or production environment. So I need to package it. So I need to run Maven package. So it will package. After running it, it will package it. The same thing, it will package in some jar or WAR file. So you can see it is just trying to packaging it. It will give you some snapshot version, so that will be can be importables and that can be deployed in the environment. So that whatever thing you done, it has now the importance or value. So package, it will first clean the project, it will build, compile, it will test, and then it will package. So once you run clean, it will only clean your project. Once you run your compile, it will compile your project. If you want to run test, Maven test, it will clean, it will compile, and it will run your test case. Once you run Maven package, it will clean, it will compile, it will test, and then it will convert to package. You can see, right, it is building jar. So that is the path, right, of the jar file. Maven project 1001 snapshot jar, that is the jar. You can import it and you can deploy it in the environment. So that jar created. So this is the path you can see. Now if you go to the project, refresh it once more time, right, and you can go to the path here, workspace, target, Maven project. Okay, you can see that project has been created, right, that jar file has been created, Maven project 1001 snapshot.jar, right. So that is the thing. And if you go to the target folder, in target folder only created. So initially once you are cleaning, everything was deleted, and now you can get it. So that is the your main objective of package, that is called package, and you can take that package, you can deploy it anywhere what is required. Any question so far?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
Yeah, so all in all, there are 4 stages that we can use Maven for.
Right.
Means 4 phases.
Right. Clean, compile, test, and package. So if you run clean, it will clean the project without doing anything. If you compile, it will compile, try to validate your source code, any kind of error is there, class error is there or not. If you test it, it will go for 2-3 steps, clean, compile, and test. When you run package, it will clean, compile, test, and then it will convert it to package, jar or WAR file.
Okay.
Ankur, anything you are having?
No.
Okay. Then I'll go with the Maven repository. So I was talking about, right, multiple time. As and when you are adding the dependency, so what is it's happening in the Maven? Okay. So it is nothing but it is adding those, right, jar file into the local repository, right. So in Maven, what is repository? Maven repository is a directory where all package, jar files, plugin, or any other artifact are stored with pom.xml. Whatever we are adding in the pom.xml, it is just storing somewhere. This is called repository. Repository is Maven holds build artifact and dependencies of various type. User need to add multiple dependency for any framework in the project pom.xml files. So POM is project object model, contains all the dependency or plugin that are used for your current project. Just now we have added 2 dependency, right? Only for Selenium Java, and one is for your TestNG, and we have added few plugin. One is SureFire plugin, one is the Maven compiler plugin. But as and when you will be dealing with the real-time project, you need to add some more dependency for report ng, for extend report, for Apache POI. Everything will be adding as part of your dependency, so that immediately those relevant jar file will be added to your project. Basically, there are 3 type of Maven repository available. One is local, one is central, one is remote. So Maven local repository is located in the local computer system. It is created by the Maven when user runs any Maven command. The default location is dot your particular home page dot m2 directory. When Maven build is executed, Maven automatically download all the dependency jar file to the local repository. For new version, Maven will download automatically. If the version declared in the dependency tag pom.xml file, it simply use it without downloading in case it already available in the local repository. User can change the location of the Maven local repository by changing the setting.xml file if it is located here Maven home configuration setting.xml. So I will show you where it is located. If you go to your PC, you can go to the C drive. There is a folder called user, right? And this is the user available. So there is a m2.m2 files there, right? So if you open that m2 files and if you go to the repository, you can find everything is downloaded here, whatever I have used so far, right? So you can maybe whatever you Selenium, right? You did not find Selenium because Selenium is only available in the org file. So you need to go some org file, right? If you click on the org file and here if you go for Selenium, you can find it, right? Selenium HQ. So if you open it, you can, there is a Selenium folder, you can find everything, whatever I have added, right? So there is a folder called Selenium Java. You can find this is the version I have added, maybe in any of the project. That is the reason it is already there. Okay, this is the jar file which we are adding manually as part of the Java project, right? Similarly, if you go for the other one version, you can get it, the jar file, which we used to add manually every time in the Java project, but here automatically it is created. So in case you are updating anything here, right, version as part of your dependency, so first it will try to check the local repository based on the settings, based on the path is declared. In case it is available, it will not update. It will try to update from the internet. Definitely it will take from that path. Otherwise, it will try to take from internet, and after that it will create a folder here. So this is called local repository. Okay. Apart from Selenium HQ, right? If you want to try the TestNG, right, you can find it. Many versions of the TestNG, right? There are a lot of versions I have used. You can go here. You can find TestNG files. Suppose I have used 6.13.1. Okay, you can see this is the version I have used. So for this version, executable jar file will be there. So which you used to manually add, right? So that's why, right? It will everything will be stored it. Otherwise, whatever we are talking about the config file, right? This is the Apache PY I have loaded here, and there is a folder called conf, right? If you open it, there is a setting, right? If you go to the settings and if you open with Notepad, and here you can change all the settings whatever is required, right? So by default everything will be set. Okay, so this is the path, right? You can change the repository path, local repository path. This is the repository path, right? User home dot m2 dot repository. If you want to change it, you can change it, but definitely we are not going to change it, right? Similar way, everything, any kind of stuff, right? It is for kind of plugins, which is any kind of profiles. It is based on the setting. Okay, you can see this is the setting path, profiles. So we are not going to definitely change it unless any specific project demand is there. So everything will be there. You can find all these things. So this is the one of the important path, active profiles. Okay. So from that path, all setting yours happens. Another one, let's check. Go to the C drive. Go to program files. Maven, anything is there? No, I'm not finding it. Okay. So basically, this is the two important locations where we need to deal for the repository. Then central repository. Maven central repository are located on the web. It has been created by the Apache Maven itself. It contains a large number of commonly used library. It is not necessary to configure the Maven central repository URL. Internet access is required to search and download the Maven. So in case whatever dependency you are adding, in case those are not available in your local repository, right? So definitely you will try to get from the central repository and definitely at that time your internet connection is required because it will try to sync with the internet, right? Okay, when any Maven cannot find a dependency jar file, it starts searching in the Maven central repository. First it will try to go for the local and then it will go for the central. So this is the path. Okay, so if you go to that path, so you can find all the, and from here it is updating all the jar files. Okay, so here also you can get everything, all the jar file, whether it is INT, okay, whether it's Selenium HQ, you can get it everything, whether it's ORG, right, from everything we are getting from ORG file, right, ORG, MNO. Yeah, if you go for the ORG, so you can get it, right, it's Selenium testng from the ORG file it is coming, and you can search it here also, I think. Okay, you can see Selenium HQ, so it is available here. So this is the, right, is Selenium or WebDriver, anything you can expand it, you can see definite different part, all the versions. So that is the kind of master directory location from where, which is called remote repository. This is the path for Maven, and from where it is updating your local repository. And another one is remote repository. Okay, in case, I mean, particular organization is working for something, right, they have already created their own repository, which is not available in the central repository. Suppose many organizations can create their own framework, right, and for the own framework they can add some dependency, so which is only available in their repository, not in the web. So this is called remote repository. So remote repository is stored in organization internal network or server, which cannot be accessible outside your organization. The company maintains a repository outside the developer machines and are called as remote repository. That's why it will be similar way we can add it in the, right, whatever repository you will be getting from your organization, you will be adding in the dependencies tag. So this is the important 3 repository available in Maven. One is local, one is central, one is remote. And how it will check? So first Maven will scan through local repository for all the configured dependencies. In case it is found, it will continue with the further execution. Maven scan in central repository for that particular dependency in case it is dependency is not available in the local repository. Available dependency will be downloaded from the locals with the help of internet for the future execution in the project. In case dependency is not found in the locals and central, Maven will start scanning the remote repository. In case dependency is not available in any of the 3 repository, local, central repository, it will throw the exceptions, not able to find the dependency and stop processing. It download all found dependency into the local repository. Whatever it will be try to found it, right, either it's from central or for remote, it will download it in the local repository. A repository manager is a dedicated server application designed to manage repository. Just like whatever you are storing in your local desktop or laptop, right, you can store somewhere to manage all the repository, so that other person from your organization or from your teams, they can also take it from there instead of uploading from the internet, right. The usage of repository manager is considered an essential best practice for any significant usage of Maven. This is the open source tools, right, for handling the, right, commercial repository manager, Apache Archive, Cloud Repo, CloudSmith package, JFrog, Artifactory open source, JFrog Artifactory Pro, Sonatype Nexus OSS, Sonatype Nexus Pro, Package Cloud IO. This is the commonly used. Okay, out of that I think Package Cloud IO and Apache Archive and Cloud Repo, this is mostly used. Okay. In the last few sessions for Selenium WebDriver, I already talked about headless browser testing. Okay, so you already know, right, you can add, you can download that particular HTML unit driver, right, into our kind of laptop or desktop. After that we can launch it with the help of HTML drivers, we can execute it. But what is the advantage, right, for the HTML unit driver, so it is headless browser. So you will not able to see your navigation, right? But it will execute and it will throw you result. In case it is fast or fail, you can also get the screenshot of the result also. But it will not, you will not able to visualize it because it's a headless browser. So headless browser are browsers like any and browser like Firefox, Chrome, IE, right? But without a graphical user interface GUI. The GUI allows user to visualize an aesthetics representation of the page source code, right? Whatever thing is navigation is happening, but it will not be able to visualize it. Headless browser fetch the page the same way standard browser do and can render the page, right, and save the file. So it just you will get the result, you can get the screenshot, you can get the password, but you will not able to visualize the execution, right? Whatever click is happening, whatever data is entering, will not able to do it. The main advantage using them are that these browsers are more lightweight and therefore require less computational resources such as memory and processing, because definitely it is not able to show the visualization, so it is taking less time and it is taking less resources, memory utilization, everything, right? There is are an ideal to use an environment that do not have a GUI. In case there is a no GUI available for a particular environment, we can go for the headless browser testing like continuous integration server. So this is the dependency tag, you need to add it, right, as part of Maven dependency. Suppose and before that, if you want to add that command, right, okay, so just let try to add it. So suppose say in the project 2, whatever project I have created here, okay, whatever training class you have created here, let's comment it out, these 2 line of code, and so I will go for the headless, so there is no launching of required is for the Chrome driver, okay. So I am just trying to launch an HTML unit driver. Now you can see error message is coming, okay. You can see here either change to WebDriver or create a class, because that HTML unit driver is still that particular jar file is not available here, right, in the project. If you go for the Maven dependency, that HTML unit driver is not available here. That is the reason it is letting you know to create a class or to change to WebDriver. Now let's add the dependency for the HTML unit driver. So this is the dependency, okay. Just go with the dependency, otherwise if you use either higher or lower dependency, it can create a problem. So I have checked today and I have updated it here, okay. You can get multiple dependency, but that is not compatible maybe sometimes, okay, and it can sometimes create a problem, okay. Just let's save it, because if you add multiple dependency for Selenium, Java and HTML, it can contradict. So you should use any either in your jar file, either you should use for Selenium, Java or use HTML unit. So both if you want to use, it can be create problem. So I recommend not to use both the thing, okay. So now it is done. So now if you refresh your project, now if you go to the Maven dependency, you can find HTML unit, HT. You can see that driver is already added. Now if you want to save here, okay, now if you want to go for the options, you can see there's an option is coming called import HTML unit driver, right. Now let's import it. Now if you want to run it from the pom.xml files, right, so it will, with the help of HTML unit driver, it will maximize, it will open the Google page, it will get you titles and it will quit the browser. If you want to run it, so with the help of HTML unit driver, you will not able to see the execution, but it will be, you can get the result. Let's try to run it. So you are not able to see the navigation, right, but it is working. So it will not open any page, right? Because it is HTML unit driver, which is headless drivers. But you will get the result in short span of time. Okay, you can see Google page open. The title came, right? Here you can see total run 1, failure 0. Okay, Google page opened successfully and the Google page, that is the outcome. So that's why you can update it. You can do the headless browser testing. Okay, just now you can remove that one, otherwise it will contradict. In case if you want to run anything for Selenium, it will create some error. So I will be removing that one. Okay, then the next one is profiling. Why profiling is required in Maven project? This is one really important topics. Okay, suppose say you already designed 500 test case, out of which you are having 5 test case for Smook, 200 test case for functional, 100 test case for integration, 100 test case for UAT, and remaining test case for regression, right? And for each and every track you already added your test case into your test.xml files, and based on the test.xml files you want to run them. So that is the reason you need to add some profiling concept, that you can add some profiling name called Smook, where you will only get the test case for Smook. You can add the for functional, so you can get all the 200 functional test case. You can have integration profile, where you can add all the integration. You can add UAT profile, you can add all the UAT test case. You can have regression profile, where you can add all the regression test case. So if you just try to run that profile, it will run the relevant test case instead of searching all the test case, 500 test case. So that will help you to run the relevant execution, right? So Maven profiles can be used to create customized build configuration, like targeting a level of test granularity or a specific deployment environment. Within each profile element, user can configure many elements such as dependency, plugin, resources, or final name. Maven profile is an alternate set of configuration which says or override default values. Profiles allow to customize a build for different environment. Profile are configured in the pom.xml file, and each profile is identified with an identifier. Right? These are the 3 different profiles available. One is per project, defined in the pom.xml files. Per user, defined in the m2.setting file. But here by default there is no setting file available in the m2 folder, right? So you can create a new setting file and you can update it. So actually I did not use it, so that is the reason I did not update it. And global one I already showed you, right? The Maven's homes and the config and settings, that is the thing, that is the part. One is pom.xml file, another one is this one, setting, and another last one is, third one is repository. If you go to user and if you go to name, you can find .m2. Here in the repository there will be some settings file, you can create it, right? Name config file. Okay, the setting.xml file you can create it. So for project, which is in the pom.xml file, per user and global. Okay, this is the 3 settings, 3 types of profiles you can create it, and where it is defined I have mentioned. Build the project with command ambient compile x. The option x output Maven debug info to console and from the lengthy debug output. So if you run it, so it will help you to clear all the Java C doc, whatever is created, right? So debug is still true and optimizes false, which means that the production profile is not activated by Maven. If you want to, suppose it's in case already you have already profile activated, if you want to just kind of go to the fresh one, so you have to first run it, then you can go for the profiles. So to activate any profile, you need to use the command prompt, command ambient compile -p, and this is the profile name. The options p activate the profiles. From the Maven debug message, user can confirm that the profile is activated, and Java flags debug and optimize set is configured in the profile. So how can you add the profiles? So you need to go to the, let's save the project. Okay, let's remove that one. it's not used. So I have now two test.ng XML file. Okay, so let's remove that one. So one test.ng XML file, which is test.ng.xml files. I have created two class. One is class 1, right, which can be my smoke test, and class 2, which can be my functional test. So for I mean, that's why you can create multiple classes, right? And based on the classes, you can update multiple test.ng XML file. So one test.ng XML file, I have one test case, right, which is the Maven training class, and the test.ng XML file 2, I have the another training class, Maven training class 2. So that's why I have created two XML files, test.ng XML file. Now I want to create profiles, right, based on these two files. So how can I create it? So before the build tag, right, you need to create the profiles. So if you go here, you can see that's why I can create the profiles. Okay, so let's use the sample program I already created for the profiles. So I'll be adding it here. Let's comment out this thing, build part, source, dog call, add block comment, and I'll be adding it in the profiles after dependency. And here I need to change the profile tags, right? Close the profile tags before the project. So I'll explain, no need to worry. The same way, right? Plugin is there, Apache plugin, Surefire plugin, sorry, Maven, compiler plugin, and I have added few more plugins. Maybe if it is required, right, for ant run, clean run, everything. Okay, and I can have the Surefire plugin, but this is not required though. Antfire plugin is not required. You can remove it. I don't think that it is required. So this is the same two plugins I will be having it, right? Apache Maven and the compiler plugin and Surefire plugin, right? And you can have the profile tag, right? Under the profile tags you need to provide the name, otherwise the rest of the thing will be same. Okay, let's Control Z here. So I will not change anything here, okay, otherwise it will be confusing. Just I will be adding the profile tags. Let's add these profile tags only, so that it will be helpful for you to understand. Just let's add the tag only. Okay. So I am just now I am not doing anything, just I am adding the profile tag here. So it is starting with profiles, where I can add multiple profiles. Okay, 1 second, sorry, not this one, I have to start here. From here I have to just add the profile tags, and I need to close with it. So before the build, just I am simply adding the profile tag, and I am also closing it, right? Profiles and profiles, I will be adding the closing tag. Before the project, so that there will be no kind of error will be there. Okay, is it fine now? So just I am adding the two profile. So first I want to run my Facebook page, so which is available in the test.ng XML file, right? Maven training class 1 Facebook page is available here. So I will be updating to Facebook. Okay, so this is my profile 1 and I will be updating my test.ng XML reference. This is test.ng.xml file. So this is one profile I have created. I will create another profiles. Similar way, under the profiles tag, because this is creating another profile, which is nothing but the test case 2, which is nothing but the Google page. Okay, so here I can update it to Google profile name. instead of Facebook, Google TC2 for understand that, and here I can update it to Facebook TC1 because this is my test case 1 and this is my test case 2. Now suppose say that way you are having suppose 500 TC, out of which 500 you have segregated to 5 different categories. One is regression, one is functional, one is SIT, one is UAT, and one is kind of system test, like that. So as and when required, you just already segregated everything as part of your profile, and you need to run them based on their profiles, right? Just let's save them first. So your profile has been created based on their project setting, right? Now if you want to run based on the profile, so you have to run only through the command prompt. Okay, so you already have in the project. So first you will be running that command to change, in case any profile, any setting is there, just to change everything. So maven compile -x, maven capital X. Let's run it first. Okay, you can see the maven versions, everything. Okay, it will clean your project, it will build. So that is the 3 important stuff it will do. In case any error is there, it will also let you know. Okay, build success. Output directory, reuse created, enabled. Okay, now if you want to set any compiles, right, any profile, so you have to maven compile -p and the profile name, maven compile -p and then profile name, from where you can get the profile name. So here you can need to give it testng2.xml file, right, because it is the test case 2. So testng.xml2 files, and for the test case 1 it is testng.xml file. I want to give Facebook test case 1. I have to set that profile. So that is the name you have to give. Let's try to run it. Let's check whether the comparison successful or not for this profile. Then you can package it. Build success. So profile is getting set, okay, for this particular profile. Once it is set, and then you can run it, right? How can you run it? To activate profile, maven package -p and the profiles, right? So mvn package -p and the profile name I will give it. What is my profile name? I want to run it, Facebook TC1. Facebook TC1. So if you run it, it will run your test class 1, where Facebook test case is there. It will it will clean your project, it will build workspace, it will test maven test, that is the based on the profile setting, and it will package it. So that's way you can run based on your profile settings. So let's try to run it and let's see how it is working. So it will first run the Facebook page, definitely. It will clean, it will build, it will test, it will package. So you can see some differences, right, for running through command prompt. So it is opening the browsers, it is maximizing it, it is launching the Facebook page, right, it is closing the browser, and it will give you the output, right, for the Facebook, and it will give you that one is run, one successful. Now that is the thing. Now say you want to run another profiles, which is Google test case 2. So you can similar way you can go with maven package -p caps p and then another profile name, Google TC2. Let's see whether it's running the test case 2, which is nothing but the launching of the Google page and getting the URL. You can see Google. Okay, it is still showing Facebook page opened successfully. Why it is that?
I think we have not activated the profile.
Okay, right. First we need to activate it. Yes, absolutely correct. So I will go for activated first. So mbn compile -p, and what is the name here? Google TC2. We not activated it. Then you can go for the package. Please make sure that first you are activating it, then you are packaging. Yeah, now it is absolutely working. Okay, now I just simply want to run Maven test. Suppose Maven clean. Though I have added 2 profiles, right? So I want to clean the project, I want to build, and I want to, without any profile thing, I want to run it. Maven build -x. I'll be cancelling all the settings in case any setting is there. Then I will try to run it. I will be using Maven test. Okay, you can see now some error is coming, compilation error, right? And if you want to help here, you can get it, help, Maven help, to get the details of the help. Details error. Okay, so you can see unload lifecycle, you must valid lifecycle phase or a goal in that format, plugin prefix. Okay, plugin ID, group ID, some sort of problem is there because you already had multiple profiles, so Maven is not able to see which profile you need to run it, right? So in case multiple profile is there and you are not activating any profile, so if you want to run it through normal test, it will throw some error. So that is the reason you can use it, some profile as a default profile, active by default, though it has multiple profiles, but one profile you will be making is default, so that in case you are not using any activating anything, so that profile will run it by default. Suppose you are having system test case, integration test case, MOOC test case, regression test case, so basically main objective is to run your regression suite, so by default you can make the regression to suite as default profile. Okay, so that it will be run by active. So how can you do it? So that is the important thing, you need to add it after the ID. Let's add after the ID. Suppose say I want to add the Google profile as default, so after the ID you can make it default, active by default activation. Let's save it. Now try to run it with the help of Maven test, and let's see whether it is running or not. So definitely it should run because you already set something default. So though it has multiple profiles, but one profile you are trying to run which is by default in nature without activating anything. So it will run the Google test case 2 which is the Google one. You can see it is opening now, right, without any error. It is opening the Google page. And it will give you the result of the title of the Googles, right? You can see Google page opened successfully, title of the page Google one done or successful. So that's why profiles plays a very pivotal role in Maven. Okay. So where we can do the settings, I already showed you. In the homepage .m2 folder, we can create a XML file. If it is not there, we can change. Otherwise, there is another option, right, in that particular here for the folder Apache Maven settings. If you go to the conference and you can open the settings here with the help of Notepad, you can see some profile setting is there. So by this is the default setting. You can change the default setting as well, right? You can have the profiles as well. Profiles, I think. Yeah, some sort of profile is there, activation profile, all this stuff is there. If you want to change it, you can, but it is not recommended to change anything. This is the some important settings where it will be available. The last topic for Maven is what is the importance of snapshot is Maven. So maybe multiple time you already see, right? This is whenever there is something target folder is generating, right? There is snapshot is getting generated, right? So why the snapshot is there, right? And what is the basic difference between snapshot and a build? So build means, suppose in case you are creating some any kind of, from the testing standpoint, you are creating some strategy or plan, you are giving some version name as 0.1 or 1.0 or 1.1, right? But in case that person is already given it, right, and in case other person you already sent it and that person want to update, so that person will get update based on the 1.1, but you still working on the 1.1. So how that person will get to know? There is no chances for letting them know, right? So 1.1 something is finalized, and based on the 1.1 multiple person is working. So everybody's work is different. There is no sync is there. So that is the reason snapshot plays a pivotal role. In case you are giving some person with snapshot, that means that person is still not finalized. A multiple work is there going on for that person. And in case instead of any fixed version, you will be using the snapshot version. So in other developer, in case they are fixing anything for that thing, immediately that update will reach to you immediately. So you can get to know this is the check-in already happened, and you can discard or accept those changes. So that is the basic thing of snapshot. So during development of a large-scale application, the process involves a series of changes to be made into the application till it is confirmed to be ready as final release. Because there could be multiple teams working on the application across different set of modules. Why I have tried to depict here that particular topic? Because some of the interviewers used to ask questions from that one. In case you really worked on the Maven, definitely you should know that terminology also. Okay. So consider two teams working A and B. Each multiple teams can be working on two different modules. And let's say team B will be dependent on some service provided by team A. And team A is involved in working some other major critical fixes. Those fixes will be checked in same day. So team B has to be notified. Otherwise, how they can get to know that this is the blocker thing has been solved or not, right? In such a way that there are some still pending work by the team and the final version has not been released by the team A. This is where Maven snapshots came into the picture. So that everybody working, taking the same thing which is not finalized yet. But in case any checking is happening, that will update in the snapshot version, and that is also getting impacted by the other team. So they can also get to know this is something is updated. So that will update their kind of jar file. So they can also get immediately they can get the updated one. So that is the importance of snapshot. So snapshot is a special version for which indicates the current development copy of the project which is being worked on. but still under progress. It is not completely developed, right? For each build, Maven always checks out for a snapshot of the project. Hence, whenever a Maven find a newer snapshot of the project, it download and replace the older jar file of the project in the local repository. That is the main point. Immediately it will remove the older one, it will download the new one, so that it is just syncing every time based on the real time. Snapshot version always gets some update or changes being made on the project. Also, snapshot should exist only during development phase. Whenever development is still in progress, is not handed over to the testing. Multiple developers working and will not having a release version. It is not a release version. It is still WIP version. This implies that the build of the project will change anytime and is still development under the development process. What is the basic difference between snapshot and version? In case of snapshot, Maven will automatically fetch the latest snapshot. So this is the snapshot. Every time Maven test project is built. In case of version, Maven once download the mentioned version, say suppose 1.0, then it will never try to download a newer version available in the repository. Just like give an example, right? In case you are working with 1.0, so definitely will be update based on your input. Other person can update, but those will not be syncs. But in case it is snapshot version, everyone's update will be impacted, and it will impact the other one. So because of it will delete the older one and it will remove the latest jar one. So that is the basic difference between snapshot and version. So the importance of snapshot in Maven. A snapshot version in Maven is one that has not been released. The idea is that before 1.0 release is done, there should be an 1.0 snapshot. That version which might become 1.0. It's basically 1.0 under development or WIP. This might be close to a real 1.0 or pretty far. Maybe it can take even 1 week, 1 month also, right? From 1.0 snapshot to 1.0 version. The difference between a real version and a snapshot version is that snapshot might get updates, right? That means that downloading 1.0 snapshot today might give a different file than downloading it yesterday or tomorrow. Because every day, every minute, every hour, some update can be done by the several other team member, other developer. So as and when you are using that ones, maybe today you are using some suppose say any jar file, and tomorrow it will be deleted and replaced with new one. Usually snapshot dependency should only exist during development and no release version. So, okay, should have a dependency on snapshot version. When user builds an application, Maven will search for dependency in the local repository. If a stable version is not found there, it will search for the remote repository, right? And it will try to retrieve the dependency. Then it will copy it into the local repository to make it available for the next build. There are basically two types of build available in Maven. One is snapshot build, one is the release build. Similar way, just like snapshot and release. Snapshot is the local special version that indicate current deployment copy, not like a regular version. Maven checks the version for every build in the remote repository, so that snapshot builds are nothing but the development builds. Whereas release build means removing the snapshot at the version for the build. These are the regular build version. Although in case snapshot, Maven automatically fetch the latest snapshot on daily basis, user can force Maven to download the latest snapshot builds using -u, which switch to any Maven command. So whenever you are working with snapshot version, you can use it. Maven clean package u instead of other thing. Maven will start building the project after downloading the latest snapshot or data service. So in case multiple work is going on, if you use underscore u, so it will replace the original one and it will give you the latest one in case multiple user is working on. So that's all about for the Maven from starting to ending part. So this is the important aspect we used for Maven. What is Maven? You can already get to know how you can install a Maven, how can I create a Maven project. I will let little bit more details, different folder structure like source, test, repository, all this stuff, right? Resources. Whenever I am talking about the real-time project creation from scratch, okay. And once you create a Maven project, you will be having a pom.xml file where you can add the dependency. Once the dependency is there, it will try to create the repository from the remote to locals. It will save the repository. After that, you can create multiple classes in the packages. You can convert the Java classes to the TestNJ classes. After the test.ng XML file will be generated, right, and you can provide the path to the test.ng XML file to the Maven pom.xml file. You can add the Surefire plugin, compiler plugin, right, so that you can run it from the Maven pom.xml file, as well as you can run it from the with the help of command prompt, right. You can add some dependency for other important aspects. It can be Apache PY, it can be other kind of report, Surefire report ng report or other extend report. You can add it. Okay, you can do the profiling concept, right. You can create multiple profiles, you can activate multiple profiles, and you can add some active profile as a default profile, and you can also get to know what is all about the repository and repository manager, and what is the different snapshot and the versions, right. So and for what are the from where the configuration is available. Three things: one is the pom.xml file, one is the repository which is available in the M2 directory, and another is the COINF folder which is available in the Apache Maven folder. This is the COINF folder where you can get the setting. This is the three important aspects you need to remember, so that for where all the configuration will be available. Okay, so that's all about the basic. I should not say a basic, okay, but important aspects of Mavens. If you know this thing, you can work any of the Maven project. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Thank you.